Hello, welcome to a very special episode of Adopted Geordies, brought to you by BetMGM. I'm Andy Jaye, sat with Mr. Ryan Taylor, making his appearance here on The Proper Show. Not that The Huddle isn't The Proper Show, we're very proud of that, but no one ever gets to see how youthful you are, Ryan. So now, are you wearing makeup?
No, I'm definitely not, Andy, no. Only wore it a couple of times, but definitely not today for you.
It's good to have you here, mate.
Yeah.
It's good to have you here. And our very special guest today is none other than, he made, in his own words, I think it's 160, but he said it's closer to 200. The one and only Mr. Tim Krul. Come on. How are you doing, Tim?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
There was a little bit of confusion about just how many appearances you made. So if I'm not correct and you can't remember, then we'll go to almost 200 and sit happily.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a lifetime. I mean, 11 years is a good stint at one club. So it's a big chunk of my career. A lot to be proud of. So, yeah, lots of memories in those 160 games.
Fair to say your favourite club with that in mind?
Yeah, of course.
See, I'm forcing you into a corner straight away.
I mean, yeah, I arrived as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And I left at 28, 29. So, yeah, it's a lot of my career there for sure.
I mean, we've got a lot to talk about, Tim, but let's start with your unbelievable debut, where you were thrown in at the deep end in Europe. Palermo?
Palermo, yeah.
I mean, my goodness, what a baptism of fire that was.
Yeah. Palermo away in the UEFA Cup, the Europa League now. Amazing experience, obviously, for an 18-year-old. We had Shea Given there, Steve Harper, Cernicek, all injured or not allowed to play. And then I got the call to play. And yeah, to walk away with a win in your first official game is obviously something to be proud of.
I mean, we're having an amazing experience today because we're all going to be doing a live show later on, and there's a few of you guys who all played together for such a long time. I mean, it's kind of the core of a great team. The spirit that's kind of kicking around this room at the moment, how does this feel, kind of seeing all these old faces again? Do you guys hang out much? Do you spend time together, or is this quite rare?
It is rare, and I think it makes it more special, to see, like you say, the core of the times when we had probably one of our best moments of our career. We finished 5th in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Some top players in the team, and to see each other on a day like this, special occasion, obviously a final. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it is just special occasions, isn't it? That'll always get us together because everyone has their own life. Tim's still playing. Yeah. I'm looking for my new role. Obviously, Jonas. Everyone's got their own life, live in different places. So when we all of a sudden get back together, it kind of, you do start reminiscing and just having a laugh for each other again. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's really nuts kind of seeing you all together. It's really special. Let's talk about, because you played under some amazing managers. I mean, when you were with the club for as long as you were, you outlasted quite a few managers. Who really stands out to you as really getting it? Who did you love playing for?
I've had a lot of managers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes. Obviously, special mention to Glenn Ruder.
Yeah.
Obviously gave my debut. Graham Souness signed me, even though I didn't play obviously much for him, but lots of memories. Lots of Pardew. We had 5 years, some great memories there. Chris Hughton, obviously getting promoted out of the championship. Top.
That was a
guy.
special season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, days like this, you actually start thinking about those years again, because there were some, like you say, great players, great managers, staff behind the scenes as well. But that championship year, for sure, there was a big unity there.
Yeah, it was a special. I mean, it was amazing to witness. Did you feel the same, Ryan?
We in that season we felt it from the off, didn't we? Because the first meeting we had was, if you don't want to be here, there's the door.
Yeah.
And a couple didn't want to be there, and that's fine. But once we knew we all kind of pulled together, and we had teams defeated at home, didn't we, before we even kicked the ball, because St. James's is just on another level compared to some of the clubs who maybe just come up from League One, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, listen, they're done already, 3-4 up, and on to the next one. So we remember that season, but Jesus, we ground out some results as well, didn't we?
Oh, it's relentless, isn't it, the championship?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a core with players who want to be there, like Ryan said, we had a proper strong core of players, and the manager knew how to manage that. He was quite all right for the boys like Nolan, Smith, Nicky Budd, lots of the lads who were. Yeah, you need the change room to really run that championship season for sure.
Because he came in at a very strange time, didn't he? Because it was Alan Shearer that ended the season when you were relegated, and there was the assumption that he was going to carry on as manager. So you guys both had what was it, 8 games under Shearer, 8 or 9 games,
Mm.
and then he wasn't.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of confusion. I mean, you guys might have known what was going on, but as fans, we were sitting back going, who's the manager? And so Chris Hughton had to step up and be a hero, and what a job he did.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, what he did though, he didn't really need to do much, did he?
No.
And that was he kept it simple because he knew he had the dressing room backing him up. And as long as he just guided us and set up with a plan, like Tim said, the big players kind of run the dressing room, and then before you knew it, we're running away with it because the core we had was a special group.
So who were the noisy lads in the room? I mean, Colaccini presumably was.
Have you got half an hour? No, do you know what? Colo weren't that noisy, was he? Him and Jonas kind of always kept themselves to each other, although loved being with the lads. They were very much together, but it was, like Tim just said, it was Kevin Nolan, Alan Smith, Nicky Butts. Joey was there. I think Joey spent quite a bit injured, but there was that core of players who just kind of understood maybe how to win and how to get out the championship.
You often hear from sort of rival fans and so on, and sometimes from players that have never played for Newcastle, that Newcastle is a very special club, but it's a club that you've got to get it in order to do it justice playing for it. How did you get it? And is that an accurate statement?
I was quite lucky because I arrived at 17.
Yeah.
I started in the under-18s. So I had a period where I went to the games and I walked with the fans to the stadium, in the turnstiles, and I really got a feel for going to Sunderland away in the crowd and feeling what it means to the fans. And
Right.
I mean, you can't not. I mean, they took over London last night, and they're taking over London today. So the Geordies are special, and they will make sure you get it for sure. And that helped me a lot as a young lad coming through.
Yeah.
To have that experience to go to these games as a fan before you actually. My dream was obviously to become a number one and to play for the club. But yeah, to have that experience was special.
So when that happened for you, Tim, because obviously we talked about your debut, and then you had some loan time, and you had some time sort of backing up Steve Harper, who unfortunately for him had quite a few injuries, which meant you perhaps got more game time than you were expecting, earlier than you were expecting. When those moments happened, and then when you were the first choice, how did that feel? What was that like?
I always had that belief that I was ready, but a bit of borderline arrogance as a young lad going, I was already better than Shay and better than Harps from when I arrived. But it was good. It was a learning curve. I wasn't thrown in too early.
Yeah.
So I did my loans. I went to Scotland, went to Carlisle in League One to make my mistakes, to have that experience with that men football. And when the moment came, I had a few games in the championship. That's championship year, and I knew I was ready. And then I made my debut for Holland, Brazil away. Can't get better to have a game in Brazil. And then I remember coming back to Alan Pardew, and I said, right, if I can play for my country against Brazil, I need to be number one now.
Nice.
And
how did he take that?
He looked at me and he liked it, even though he never showed me that he liked it. But he's like, go on, and you back it up now. And that was the year where we went on a 11-game unbeaten run. Mm. And that was really the moment where I felt I was ready to be the number one for this club.
Yeah, I mean,
what he's not telling you though, you had a ding dong battle when I first went to Newcastle with Fraser Forster.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I remember
really?
the two of them was like, oh, who's going to be the one to step up? So Fraser's gone on to have obviously an unbelievable career.
Yeah,
very good keeper.
Great player, yeah.
So then we're talking about Fraser being a very good goalkeeper. He basically ended Fraser's career at Newcastle ultimately. So that tells you enough you need to know about Tim. So he's being quite kind to himself, but yeah.
No, but listen, we all think you're a legend, man. You don't play for the club for as long as you do without. I mean, the Geordies. I speak as an adopted Geordie. The Geordies blooming love you, mate. I mean, it was a joyful thing to watch you between the sticks. There are many memories that stick out. Two of them that I have to talk to you about. You know what I'm going to say? The Spurs game, right?
Yeah.
Were you playing in that one, right? I think you were injured, weren't you, for the Spurs game?
All right.
Yeah, you missed a lot, man.
No, do you know? Yeah,
Injuries,
no, I did. Yeah, but I remember actually. I think I definitely was because I remember just being couch bound and I watched it on the telly and he was unstoppable.
I mean, it was like something like 14 saves.
Do you have to mention?
I don't know if it's still a Premier League record. I'm not too sure, but it definitely was at the time.
Yeah. I think it's joined with De Gea now, but I mean. At White Hart Lane, especially the old White Hart Lane. I mean, the new stadium is unbelievable.
And it was tough to go there, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah, it was
yeah.
tough.
And to win 1-0. I mean,
Did you just feel invincible, Tim? Were you just like, no, you shall not pass?
It's one of those games as a goalkeeper. If you make a couple saves early on, you grow into the game and you just go, have a shot. Like, you just got one of those, not many in your career where you feel like that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't expect 14 to make. But those memories obviously stick out massively.
Because that was a very good Spurs side as well. I mean, that's the thing. It was your heroics, but also given the caliber that you were facing. You know, these weren't the juniors. It was amazing.
Yeah. I think we were doing well that season as well. So it was top teams against each other, and it was a major result for us to that. It was a major month, I remember, November, where we played Chelsea. We beat them as well straight after. So, some great memories.
Yeah. Let's talk about playing for Holland. There is that game where you were brought on as a penalty specialist. Literally, did you see it, Ryan?
I did, yeah.
You were brought on just to basically save a pen in the penalty shootout, which you did, by the way. Did you know beforehand that was going to happen? Had you been told, listen, if it goes to pens, you're in? And if so, what was the whole of the game like for you?
That's a good point. The goalie coach came up to me in the hotel before the game, and he just said, right, you've been doing so well, you're so close to starting if anything happens to the number one. And I kind of thought he was just doing it as a, keep going kind of thing.
Right.
And then he said, if it goes to penalties, we're seriously considering putting you on, because the number one hasn't saved a penalty for a year. And in training, he didn't look like he was going to save any. And again, I was like, it's not going to go to penalties anyway. It's Costa Rica, with all the respect.
Yeah.
But you're right, when it went to 60, 70 minutes and we kept hitting the post, hitting the crossbar, then it went to extra time and I started to get a bit itchy there. And
I bet.
Yeah, it was... and I wasn't allowed to tell anyone. So the goalie coach said, whatever you do not tell any of the lads, because we don't want it to become a thing.
Right.
So when extra time came, I started, obviously I needed to warm up. I needed to do something. So, and Ryan will know this, goalkeepers don't really do their little runs as a warm-up. So I got up, put my little bib on, went for a run, and all these big players were like, what are you doing? Well, like, where are you going, kind of thing.
And it's not like you can practice saving penalties at the side of the pitch, is it? You know, like an NFL kicker. Yeah.
So it was a surreal moment, because I was warming up with the fitness coach and doing some drills to kind of just get you going. And then with 2-3 minutes to go in normal time, extra time, I went over to Van Gaal and gone, go on then. If you want to put me on, you have to do it now, because we've got 2 minutes to go.
Wow.
I just love how he goes up to these managers and says, come on. yeah, I know.
Yeah. And he just said, yeah, go on, put your shirt on. And that was the moment. And then we weren't kicking the ball out. So we had to make the sub before the final whistle, because they can't make the change.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I was standing ready and the ball wasn't going out for a minute at least. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking. But
Were you bricking it?
100%. That run to the goal, when I came on, my legs were shaky, for sure.
Did the number one know he was going off as well?
No.
See, man,
Yeah.
I'd be raging.
Oh, he was.
That is
I'd be
brutal.
raging.
He was.
But, listen, you've got to obviously think of your country, but I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
as a goalkeeper, that's
yeah.
your moment
And
to
I always
shine.
remember you were just winding up the players, weren't you?
Yeah.
And obviously Martinez, who's at Villa now, he must have learned a lot from you. Because he
He took it to another level, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, the moment you have to produce. I could have dived 5 times the wrong way, and then the whole country would have gone like.
It was meant to be then, wasn't it?
You did it.
Yeah, and like you say, that feeling to save the winning one, and then see the whole team running towards you, and yeah, it was a special moment. But like you say, Silliser didn't have a clue. He was kicking water bottles, and then the next morning, this was quite funny. Van Gaal summoned all the goalkeepers to his penthouse to have a chat. And he laid into Silliser that he was kicking water bottles, right? And he was like, if you ever disrespect me like that again, you will never play for me again. So I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I was like, go on, say something, yeah?
Find a water bottle.
I was like, go on.
Boss, he did that.
His keepers aren't single-minded, are they?
So, again, a dream come true as a young boy to play the World Cup, clearly. And to do that in the quarterfinal is, it's special again.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your favourite memories of playing at Newcastle, because what a place, what a huge part of your career. I know you're still playing. I know it's Luton at the moment, isn't it? It was Norwich and then Luton.
Yeah.
But St James's is always in your heart, right? What were your favourite times?
You know what? Coming back with Norwich a couple of years ago, to get the reception and that feeling to be back, because you do take it for granted. When you're a young player, you take for granted playing at a stadium like St James's, 100%. and I don't have many regrets in life, but I do feel like it was just, I'm turning up on Saturday to play for Newcastle, because that was my normal. And I remember speaking to a few goalkeepers along the years, and I was like, I might move away. And he was like, why do you want to move from Newcastle? And when you move, you realize how big it is. And Ryan will obviously know that as well. And we've had some amazing moments there. And my favorite moments, my word, obviously the derbies are special. He's obviously
over the wall,
away, to see the Geordies going nuts. To walk on the pitch and seeing all the black and white flags, it still gives me goosebumps now.
Yeah, I bet. Who were the most, in terms of the players? Because I mean, there's so many players that you played with that were unbelievable. But who, when you were kicking it out, who was on the ball when you were just like, damn, they are special? That is a very, very, very good player.
The first one comes in mind. I mean, I seen the clip the other day when I rolled it out to Kabay, who's obviously unbelievable, and then he passed it to Hatem Ben Arfa.
I thought you were going to say Hatem, yeah.
And Hatem started going on one of his runs. I mean, Ryan had to face him in training many, many times. And I mean, that goal, it was one of the best goals in Premier League history. And he was a special talent.
Can you claim an assist for that?
I'll try.
He assisted the assister.
Assist.
Yeah,
So it's nearly there.
And this is it. One of the young lads at Luton came up to me and said, did I see you there with your long hair? And was that you in goal? I said, yeah, I'll take an assist for that for sure. Yeah, what a player. I mean, we had so many good players over the years, but he was up there.
Yeah, he was, and I always say exactly the same. Frustrating now, because he could be the best player, the worst player the next day in training, because it was just his mentality. But wow, on his day, he was the best I've seen live.
Incredible. What about managers? Who did you love playing for?
Wow, there's not really one stand out. I mean, my best years were under Pardew.
Yeah.
We had amazing results, going to Old Trafford, winning there. Arsenal away, winning there. Yeah, there's some.
I think as a keeper, though, he's probably thinking Pardew because he knew he was number one.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you know you're the number one,
that's it.
Yeah, and you kind of, you've got that kind of.
This is my house. Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
As a goalkeeper, you want your manager to.
Because it's the hardest spot to claim, really, isn't it? Because there's only one.
Absolutely.
And he refused to give me the number one spot, the shirt. For me, that was I wanted the number one shirt, and he refused for at least 2-3 years. And every summer, I was like, come on, surely I've done enough now. And no, still not.
Wow. Yeah. Mind games.
But
Mind
exactly,
games.
that kept you going, yeah.
Tim, just a couple of quick ones before we go. Firstly, you obviously still follow the team. What do you think of Eddie's lads?
Eddie's lads are, on fire. I mean, it's been a joy to watch the progress of the club. Isak, obviously, is unbelievable. He's probably one of the best strikers in the world at the moment. Seeing Popey and Dubravka playing fantastically. I'm really excited for this afternoon. I really am, and I think it's going to be a great game. So, how far can this club go? It's obviously we had a big part there, but the club has really moved ahead where we wish it was going when we were there, obviously.
Right.
But the fans deserved where the club has been the last few years and where it's going for sure.
Yes, exciting times. The only way is up. I'm going to ask the last one because Rob often asks this to people because he has a celebrity fascination and I love him for it. He always asks who the most famous person in your phone is. Now, I happen to know that I have seen you. You don't know this, but you and I were both guests of James Bay at his gig here at Wembley very recently, and you were stood with Jake Humphrey. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's someone more famous than either of them. Can you top them?
Can I top these? Well, my hero is Edwin van der Sar.
Ah, of course.
So if I ever needed advice, I could reach out to, he's my...
Is he a voice notes kind of guy? I can imagine you being...
No. He's a great mentor for me, for sure.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What about you, Ryan? I've never asked you that. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Probably Niall Horan.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get to it one time with it.
Was he One Direction? Story. Is that his?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Direction, I know.
He keeps wanting to sing on this. We'll get him to do it one of these days.
He's got to be, you know.
Tim, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
It's been a real joy. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
joining us today and for being an adopted Geordie, because that is, to be fair, that is exactly what you are. You've been with Adopted Geordies, brought to you by BetMGM. Tim Krul has been our special guest. Ryan Taylor in the hot seat. And I'm Andy Jaye. We will see you again very soon.